You are tuned in to your dose of positivity. I am Marlene. I'm the content creator for Marlene Motivates, and welcome to your dose of positivity. And like I always say, just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Hey everyone, it is Marlene of Marlene Motivates. And if this is your first time here, welcome to Marlene Motivates channel. I give inspiration, positivity, life lessons, and self improvement. Today on the show, we're going to talk about getting uncomfortable. And we're going to get into that. But first, we got to see who is in the chat. Hey, the word. Welcome. How are you? Happy Thursday. Hey, Unique Speaks. Welcome in. Happy Thursday. And y'all hit the like. Hit the like for your girl to help my analytics and share me out. And as always, I would love for you to join my channel membership. So today, everybody, we're going to be talking about getting uncomfortable. Okay? And this means there's a lot of things in our life that we need to do, but we cannot do it because we keep settling because we like to be comfortable as human beings. We like for things to be easy. And I'm telling you that if you want the easy life, if you want to have certain things in your life, you're going to have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Where you need to go, where you need to get to in your next level is not going to happen in being comfortable. See, you got to step outside of that. You have to get new enlightenment. You have to get new thinking. You have to exercise your mind. You have to exercise yourself physically in order for you to get where you need to go. Okay, y'all, ready? Strap in for the message. So, the first part about getting uncomfortable is confrontation. To get comfortable later in life, we have to confront things, and that gets you uncomfortable. Hey, Tamika, welcome. Happy Thursday. To get where you need to be, you are going to have to get uncomfortable with confrontation. And I get it. A lot of us don't like to talk about things. We don't like to face people and say uncomfortable things, to call people out, to ask for the things that we want. And I'm telling you that until you get uncomfortable and allow yourself to get down to the bottom of things, you are never going to be able to raise yourself out of the pit that you have been in for the longest time. Just staying comfortable all the time allows you to stay in the same space. And my question is, are you happy in the space that you are in? Or are you trying to elevate and get better and do better? See, I'm speaking to you all who want to elevate. To elevate, there's never going to be a time where you're going to elevate in being comfortable. You're going to have to be uncomfortable with certain things. You're going to have to look at yourself in the mirror and say, this about me is causing my downfall. We have to confront ourselves and say, hey, you who I'm looking at in the mirror, you are stopping me from getting to where I need to get to. We have to confront ourselves. And that means humbling ourselves. And that's very uncomfortable. Nobody likes to be called out. Nobody wants to say that we're not doing a perfect job. Hey, Latoya, welcome. Happy Thursday to you. Nobody wants to be called out. Nobody wants to admit to themselves that they're not a perfect person, that they're not doing everything right, that they have made mistakes. Nobody wants to do that. But in order for your life to shift, and in order for you to make better decisions, in order for you to attract the right person, in order for you to get to the bottom of why you're not elevating, you have to find out, what am I doing wrong that is sabotaging my success in my life? What are you personally doing that is sabotaging your elevation? I'm not playing with y'all. What are you doing that's sabotaging your success? See, that's uncomfortable. You don't like it. Your guards are up. I get it. I understand. But if you don't get to the bottom of why you're not doing certain things, your success can't happen. Your elevation cannot happen. Your prosperity cannot happen. So you have to get uncomfortable right now. See it and call it out and say, I do this, this, and this. And now what am I going to do about it? When you allow yourself to be humbled, to see things for what it is, to listen when other people tell you that you should do X, Y, and Z, and then you fail to do it, we are holding ourselves hostage. You're putting yourself in a prison of your own fears, of your own doubt, of your lack of success. I mentioned you in my live I just did on the wisdom you shared with me. I had to sit in an uncomfortable state in the beginning, but the push through taught me so much. Although the tips didn't work on the condition my face was in, but it helped me to create a very consistent routine. Thank you, thank you. Well, we can meet up again. Unique Speaks. I'm always open. It's so important for us to get uncomfortable. It's so very important for us to get uncomfortable. Hey, baby girl Wendy 702, welcome. Happy Thursday to you. It's very important for us to get uncomfortable in our life. Very important. And that means confronting not only ourselves, but confronting situations, calling it out. See, when we don't confront things that has happened to us, confront the choices that we have made, we remain silent on things and think that, okay, this is just what it is. I can just ignore it because I don't want to talk about it, because it causes me pain. That's the uncomfortable part. But after that, what is going to happen if you allow yourself to be uncomfortable and look at it square in the face and then say, I'm going to do it. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to change. See, with that uncomfortableness, it also produces and is also going to give you enlightenment. It's going to give you love. It's going to give you peace. It's going to give you motivation. It's going to teach you that I'm improving. See, in the past, maybe you weren't at a place in your life where you were going to allow yourself to be successful. See, until you want your life to change, it won't. You have to be ready. You have to be at that place in your life where you're saying to yourself, what I have been doing is not working. The people that I'm hurt, I'm sorry for that. I tried that in business, but that didn't work. But I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. See, that's uncomfortable. That's accountability. See, as adults, we have to be accountable for our own life, the good things we've done and the bad things we've done. And what are we going to do different now? See, that's the difference. You can do things in the past, but you learn from them. You're blossoming and you're growing. You're blossoming and you're growing. See, that's what other people don't want. Other people don't want you to succeed. I'm going to tell you that right now. People love it. I'm telling you, there's people who are looking at you right now and they're so happy that you're staying comfortable. They're so happy. They're so happy you're doing nothing. They're so happy that you're miserable. They're so happy that you're sad. They're so happy that you're dragging your feet. They're so happy that you're a procrastinator. They're so happy. You're making so many people happy because you stay comfortable. Now, until you want change in your life, until you're willing to put things into action, until you're willing to forgive yourself, see, all of that is uncomfortable. All of that is the inner work. That's the inside. That's speaking to your inner child. That's letting things go. That part ain't, that's not easy. That's uncomfortable. Nobody likes that part. But think about who you could be if you allow yourself, if you forgive yourself, if you tell yourself, I am going to make a choice to be successful, even though this hurts right now, even though I'm crying right now, even though I'm mad right now, even though I don't know how this will work out. But I'm going to be determined within myself to make a change. See, we always talk about other people doing things and making changes. It's easy for us to point fingers at somebody else and tell other people what they should be. But are we taking our own advice? Hmm. Are we taking our own advice? Are we listening to it? Are we listening to our own advice? Are we following through? Are we staying consistent? Are we doing what we said we're going to do? See, all of that is a part of self love. And it's uncomfortable to love yourself because in today's society, people want to have something that they can keep you under their thumb. People want you to keep disrespecting yourself and working hard and getting no results and holding resentment and having broken families. People don't want you to heal. People don't want your life to be enlightened. People don't want you to have blessings. People don't want you to have a smile on your face. People don't want you to have peace. But I'm telling you that you have to make a choice to get peace. See, all that's uncomfortable. All of that is not easy. All of that can make you mad. And you don't want to go back to it. But if you don't go back to it and confront it, look at it square in the face and say, I'm not afraid of you anymore. See, that's where your rising is going to begin. See, you're not going to be able to rise above all of that and get to your next level in your life until you confront it and tell that whatever it is, this is what happened to me, this is what you've done, and now I'm not going to allow it to stop me and drag me down to where I was. Now I'm empowered, now I'm strong, now I believe in myself, now I know my worth, now I know I'm somebody, and now you can't stop me. Come on, somebody. Motivators, I'm talking to you today. And I'm telling you that you have to get uncomfortable in your life to get a change. If you keep doing the same thing, you're going to get the same results year after year. Don't think that your life is going to shift until you do something that will allow a shift to take place. Mm. Who's allowing a shift to take place in their life? Yes. It's so accurate, and it's time to get out of our own way. And I see it all the time when I talk to people and I encourage people. It's easy to blame other people for what you're not doing. That's an easier thing to point your finger and say this person and that person. And while they may play a role, they may play a part in that, but ultimately it's your life. It's your decisions. It's your choices that you're making. Are you making good choices, or are you making better choices? Are you thinking about things all the way through? If I do this, then what is the end result? What could happen? Think about things all the way through before you make decisions, because once a decision has been made, you can't take it back. See, that's uncomfortable. That's using wisdom. That's being enlightened. That's being accountable. You are accountable for yourself, whether you want to accept it or not. See, that's uncomfortable. That's not easy. hmm And we don't want to do that. We want to blame somebody else. Yeah, you can do that. You can always blame somebody else. But I'm telling you, your life will stay the same way. And that's maybe the reasons why you're having the same results. Standing still. All right, let's get into point number 2. You have to get uncomfortable with your life to get comfortable. And that means having those conversations that you don't want to have. Hey, Juba, welcome. Happy Thursday. I'm only comfortable when I'm uncomfortable. Adversity is opportunities. Being uncomfortable lets me know the level of the opportunity. Exactly, the word, exactly. And we can use our adversity to, I always say that we are like clay. And because of life, sometimes our clay, who we are, has hardened because we've had to be so tough about life. So it's not easy to be malleable, you know, to be easy to make changes within ourselves because we've had to be so tough. But we have to break through that hardness, break through all of that discomfort, break through the challenges in order for us to get to where we need to be. Your life isn't going to change until you change it. Yes, victory is ours and we must claim it for ourselves. No more stagnation, no more complacency, no more procrastination. Yes, unique. Yes, chat. Everyone who is listening in the sound of my voice, victory is yours. Victory is yours. Hey, Rasta girl, welcome. Happy Thursday to you. Now, let's talk about uncomfortable conversations. Let me hit you with some of them. When you had a trauma as a child, uncomfortable conversation, whether that person is alive or not alive, you have to speak to that inner child and write a note to your inner child. When I did that, it completely shifted so many things in my life. My letter went something like this: Dear little Marlene, I'm sorry that you were molested. Dear Marlene, I'm sorry that you were abused. Dear Marlene, I'm sorry you had an eating disorder. Dear Marlene, I'm sorry that you tried to unalive yourself on several occasions. Dear Marlene, I'm sorry that you did not get the love that you deserved. See, until you can confront that, and then I ended that letter by saying, but Marlene, the adult Marlene is here and she is stronger and she will protect you so that you will never have to go through that again. See, and I have that. I have it written now, and any time when those fears from my past bubble up to the surface. I read that letter and I become stronger. I become so strong and mighty. See, it's about empowering yourself through your challenge. Each of us has challenges. Each of us is going through something in our life, but it's about what you do with it. Are you dimming your light, or are you raising it? Are you raising your elevation? Are you raising your vibration because you know this is what I deserve to confront this so that I can get into bigger and better things for me? Because if you can't handle things that happened to you in the past and you're allowing it to cast a shadow over your whole life of doom and gloom, and all you can be is what you were, then how can you ever elevate? You have to know that you are more than what happened to you. Hey, Liz, happy Thursday. Welcome in. You are more than what happened to you. You are more than what challenged you. You are more than what somebody else thinks of you. See, a lot of us didn't grow up being fed all the loving things, all of the things that you're deserving, and you're strong, and you can meet any challenge, and you're victorious, and you're somebody, and you're loved, and you're blessed, and you're important, and there's nothing that you can't do. Confront your fears and love yourself. See, that's when you find out the strength of who you are, your character, your values. See, you can't know who you are until it's challenged. See, look, the next time you're challenged by someone or something, smile inside of yourself and say, "Ah, I see you. Mm-hmm. You thought you were going to break me. You thought you're going to challenge me. But you don't know I'm not the person that I used to be." Hello. I'm not afraid to be uncomfortable anymore. I'm not afraid to call out fear. I'm not afraid to say, "Yeah, I'm afraid right now, but I love myself and I'm strong enough to overcome this." See, I want you the next time that fear, that doubt, that lack of self-esteem, anything that confronts you or challenges you, makes you feel less than, inferior, I want you to speak to your own self and say, "Huh, you thought you were going to back me into a corner. You thought I didn't know who I was. But I know who I am today. I know about my worth and I know about my power. And I'm not afraid to have that conversation with myself." See, you got to have those conversations with yourself. And then you got to forgive yourself. Within the next letter that I wrote to myself, "Dear little Marlene, I'm so sorry that you went through these things. I'm so sorry that you were not loved. I'm so sorry that people disappointed you. I'm so sorry that people didn't protect you. But on today, you are strong. Today, you are mighty. Today, you are encouraging other people. And I love you, and continue on your path to elevation." See, in that, it doesn't matter what happens to you. It doesn't matter who challenges you. Nothing can stop what is on the inside of you. Hey, Deborah, welcome. Happy Thursday. Oh, I'm so sorry that has happened to you, Latoya. And just know that you're not alone. Start with writing down in a journal and speaking it out loud. Don't be afraid to confront whatever has happened to you. See, when you don't confront it, when you stay silent, you try to hide it, you don't want to talk about it, it has power over you. And I'm telling you, you are stronger when you take your power back. It's about mind control. Anything that has happened to you, you can overcome. It's about your strength and it's about your will to thrive. See, that's the next conversation that I want you to have with yourself. If you have not done it already, I recommend this is another letter that you write to yourself. Oh, yeah, Marlene writes letters to herself all the time. Dear Marlene, I am giving you the permission to thrive. Dear Marlene, don't hold back. Dear Marlene, go out and be the best you that you can. Dear Marlene, know that you're somebody and bumps are going to happen in the road of your life, but don't let it stop you. Dear Marlene, be your best self. Anytime I experience roadblocks in my life, I give myself that mind power and that control. If you don't take control of your mind, it will control you. All of those things will bubble up to your surface. You have to have control of the uncomfortable things in order to get comfortable. Yes, you have to be strong. Very important. Hey, King Me 305, welcome. Remember, Latoya, you are always your own best friend. And that's a part of the uncomfortable conversation that you have to have with yourself, that everybody at a certain period of time has met with rejection. Rejection from family, rejection in romantic relationships, rejection in school, on the job. There's always going to be rejection, but you are your own friend. We qualify and quantify our worth based on what somebody else is doing and being in our life. And while it's good to have people that support us and love us and encourage us, that's wonderful. But what are you feeding into yourself? What type of fuel are you recharging yourself? Are you recharging your own batteries? See, just being in this life, just the day to day living is draining, and being bombarded from society, other people, family with negativity, feelings of worthlessness and doubt. All of that can challenge you to the core of who you are. And that's why you have to constantly strengthen that inside of yourself. Anytime I'm confronted with someone challenging my worth, challenging my strength, challenging my abilities, that's when you have to encourage and empower yourself. And I say it all the time, friendship with yourself is vital to the success of your life. And you have to get uncomfortable in these situations. You have to lower your inhibitions and you have to speak to yourself and tell yourself, I know what they said is not right, but it does not take away from who I am. And I encourage everybody to say these things to yourself. Don't get wrapped up in what other people think and do and say about you. At the end of the day, it's about what you do and say about yourself. That's why the self awareness, the self check ins, the self care, having your time for meditation so that you can continuously feed your own mind and your own spirit. So when other people aren't showing up to support and love you the way that they should, you can give that to yourself. Self love is vital to your upliftment and your enlightenment in your life. So seek more friendship with yourself. Yes, exactly. Exactly, Liz. It's your opinion that matters. And for a long time, many of us were, you're only going to be as encouraged as the people around you. So, what if the people around you are negative? Yeah, that's uncomfortable to say. It's uncomfortable to say the people that we may have in our life aren't supportive. They're negative, they're dysfunctional, they're gossipers, they're weak-minded. And it's not to pull people down or to say that we don't love them. We can love people, but we love them from afar because they're toxic and hazardous to the empowerment of our mind. See, it's about shifting what you allow to go into your mind space. Hey, JW, how are you? Welcome. And I say it all the time. It's so important for what you your allow to get into your brain. It's a lot of things that bombard us and hit us, but what are the things that you believe? You can hear a lot of things, but what do you allow your mind to feed on? And that's why it's vital for you to, when something hits you that's negative, for you to be able to immediately, when something negative hits you, a gossip, a lie, whatever it is, some a evil spirit, whatever it is that's confronting you, for you to automatically check it and say, no, I rebuke that. No, that is not me. That is not of God. And when you don't confront things right away, when you listen to it and say, oh, I wonder if that's true. See, now doubt has crept in. And then that makes you even more uncomfortable. And that's why I always say you have to get uncomfortable to get comfortable. You have to, because you have to confront things. You have to say what is wrong in your life in order for you to receive the things that are good. Not everything that people are saying, people will always say in their words, oh, I'm here for you, I love you, and all of these things. But when it shows up, when you look at the actions, that's not love. Words are easy to say. It's easy to say things out of your mouth, but it's a whole nother thing to be what you said you are. I'm doing great, JW. Thank you so much. And I hope you're well, and I hope everybody in the chat is doing well. See, I wanted to have this conversation about getting uncomfortable to get comfortable. And I want to go to the third point. We have to get uncomfortable when it comes to fears. See, fear is one thing in our life that, if not checked, it can stop you or keep you in a still place. And we don't want to be still people. We want to keep moving. We want to learn new things. We want to gain knowledge. We want to experience joy, try new things, challenge our intellect, all of that. But we can't do that when fears happen. Whether you are saying, I'm too young, I'm too old, I lack the knowledge, I lack the skills, or some kind of thing. Maybe you have a health issue right now. Maybe it's a financial issue. Whatever it is that may be confronting you at this very moment, you can't be afraid to confront whatever it is and check it and put it in its place. I have a fear of this and I have a fear of that. And that's exactly what you need to keep working on until you get comfortable with it. See, the fears will never go away if they are unchecked. Fear will always be there looking at you in your face until you do something about it. See, the questions, people will say, I have fears, I have doubts about things, and they do nothing to change it and shift it. You can change and shift anything in your life that is a fear and turn that thing around 365. Turn it out, turn it around on its axis and make it be from fear to faith. It's all about how we choose to look at our situations, how we choose to look at our life and what we believe and your belief in yourself. Raising your self esteem, raising your light, raising your energy. A lot of people, they stay at a low vibration because that's what they've had their whole life. They've been around low vibrational people who never challenge their life. They just accept the ordinary, whatever they got, and then they do nothing about it. See, but I want you all, as my motivators, to challenge everything in your life. If you didn't like something, if something happened to you, you have the power to change and shift that. See, we have to change the uncomfortable things and get into it and fix it and heal it and forgive it so that it is not a challenge to us, but a blessing. See, our biggest challenges in our life can be our biggest blessing. It's about what you do with your life, what you do with what you've been given. We can't change the cards that we've been given because you can't change the family that you're born into. You can't change, if you have a certain health issue. You can't change certain things about yourself, but you can always change your attitude towards your situation. And that's what I want you all to do. Change your attitude toward your situation. See, once your perspective changes, everything else is going to shift and it's going to align exactly where it needs to be. See, that's about getting uncomfortable to get comfortable. And until you confront things, you confront fear, and you do something about it and you challenge it and you heal it and you forgive it, it will always be something uncomfortable when you can use your pain and turn it into your passion. Okay? And this is the last thing that I want to talk to you about because I'm very adamant about exercise. Okay? Now, we all know exercise is something that most people don't want to do. Don't want to do it. That one of the biggest obstacles to exercise is just getting up and either putting on your clothes or putting on your sneakers or getting your workout gear. But once you do that, you're ready to go because you've already made up your mind to do it. So the same thing, you have to get uncomfortable and challenge, because if you are not good physically, if your health is not good, you will not be good. Your health is your wealth. I'll say it for those who didn't hear me. Your health is your wealth. Exercise helps with energy as well and keeping your mind clear. I'm telling you, Liz, it does. And exactly the time when I don't want to exercise, that's the exact moment when I tell myself, get up and do it anyways. When we make excuses, when we say, I'm tired, you're always going to be tired. You're always going to have challenges. But it's about what are you going to do today in your life in order for your life to shift. If you want to have good health, it's about what you're eating. And I mean, what you're feeding on, emotionally, like what you allow your emotions to go to. We allow our emotions to have so much control over us. Oh, I don't want to do this, or this situation, or that is happening and I don't know, and it looks like it's going to rain. There will always be some excuses that we can make. But if you want it, if you want to get to the comfortable stage, if you want to look at yourself and say, man, I look good. That's what you should be saying about yourself. I look good. I'm proud of myself. I take good care of me. Don't expect anybody else to give you that. And don't do it for anybody else but yourself. Okay? And that's why it's important that we have to get uncomfortable in our life, and we have to confront ourselves for the things that we've done, confront other people who may have hurt us. We have to get into the deep conversations with ourselves, have the self talk, talk to our inner child, confront our fears. And this last point, get into exercise, because when we get uncomfortable with exercise, it's going to help us mentally as well. See, I want the best for you all. I want you to thrive. I want you to have the best life possible. But it can only happen if you get uncomfortable to get comfortable. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm Marlene. I'm the content creator for Marlene Motivates. And on this channel, I talk about inspiration, motivation, self improvement. If you are new here, hit the subscribe button. Leave me a like and a comment in the comment section below, especially my replay gang. Thank you so much, replay gang, for supporting your girl. And as always, join my channel membership. It's member only exclusives that drop 2 times a week. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. Remember, like I always say, be encouraged, be inspired, and be yourself.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Forgive me, I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? I forgive me, I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? Ooh, oh.